I don't think Islam's true. So I believe that either you don't worship the God of the prophets or you don't know that you worship the God of the prophets.
What's the argument for that?
Right? So the claim would be that you would believe that Muhammad, within his prophethood, that he would worship the God of the previous prophets, correct? Beautiful. Would you say that Elijah is one of the prophets of God?
Sure.
Okay. And you would agree that Elijah's name within Hebrew, because it's a Hebrew name, it means my God is Yahweh, correct? Beautiful. So, do you worship Yahweh? Do you not worship Yahweh? Or do you not know that you worship Yahweh?
So this proposition is going to be disambiguated. If you mean by worshipping Yahweh, aka the God of the prophets, in the case that this was the name that was used in the past, then there is no issue in saying that. However, the abrogation of the saying of the term within the Islamic Sharia doesn't entail that the God will be different.
So you believe the name Yahweh was abrogated?
Insofar as it can't be mentioned, it can't be said.
Okay. Can you show me within divine revelation in your paradigm where the name Yahweh was abrogated?
The name Elijah is only going to give us some sort of probabilistic historical certainty, which is not going to bridge to metaphysical certainty, and therefore we wouldn't expect God to mention that he abrogates it, because we don't have metaphysical certainty of that name to begin with. Expected abrogation for the term Yahweh can only be true if there's metaphysical certainty of that name being used.
Do you believe when Elijah says, and his name means my God is Yahweh, that this is not a metaphysical claim? I believe it's a historical claim, number one, that's true. Elijah's name, that's a historic name, we can both agree upon that. And what I'm not understanding is, if his name means my God is Yahweh, his name is quite literally a metaphysical claim to the Creator, and you believe that he would have been the prophet to the same Creator which you believe Muhammad is. He would be making a metaphysical claim on who his Creator is, and he would say that his Creator has a name which is called Yahweh. When I was looking at it like this, okay, if he's prophet and Muhammad's in continuity with this, right? I think the only three logical reasonings we could get to is you do worship Yahweh, you don't worship Yahweh, or you don't know if you worship Yahweh. And when it comes to the manner of abrogation, I'd have to see within divine revelation and your criteria where he explicitly denies this, whether this be from Muhammad or the Sahaba.
I don't believe there's going to be it's not going to give us metaphysical certainty. I believe it's only going to give us historical certainty.
So you don't believe Elijah is metaphysically a prophet, meaning he's ordained by God to be a prophet? Or what do you
No,
mean by
there's
metaphysical?
there's no specific mention in the Quran and the Sunnah.
Of what? Elijah?
Yeah.
Yeah, there is.
Also, sorry. Yeah. So I apologize. Yeah.
Well, I'm just using etymology. Because, like, I know
Okay.
the Arabic transliteration, correct me if I'm wrong, it would be Ilias, right?
Yes.
Right? And if we're going to use etymology and we're going to come to Ilias, it's going to go to Eliyahu, which is the Hebrew, which means my God is Yahweh. And if Elijah is metaphysically a prophet, ordained to be a prophet, because he's within your own divine revelation.
Why does the term Elias, let's say is going to share the same root, why does it have to carry that meaning of the tetragrammaton Yahweh? What's the argument for that?
I'm just using etymology.
I'm just saying, how do you make that jump from there being a shared root to therefore meaning that even the term Elias must carry that meaning of Yahweh?
Same name, same meaning. Names don't change their meaning just because they're translated differently.
Same name, same meaning?
Yeah, Ilias, it's just Arabic for Elijah. It's not going to change its meaning. It's the same name.
You said that from the term Elijah, we can see that it picks out Yahweh, because it says Eliyahu. I'm just asking, that term Eliyahu, that last part, Ihu, how do you know this must translate to Yahweh? What's the argument for that?
I'm just going to appeal to Hebrew lexicons, and I'm going to use Hebrew lexicons to get to the etymology of the word.
Yeah, like what? Which Hebrew lexicon do you have?
Strong's Hebrew Lexicon, Topical Lexicon says Elijah means Yahweh is God. Do you believe there are names of Allah that you don't know?
Sure. Yeah, there could be names of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala that He has informed us about. Yeah.
Are you sure that Yahweh couldn't be one of those names that you wouldn't know?
It could possibly be. Sure. Doesn't mean that we have to affirm it. Or as in, affirm it as in say it, verbalize it. When it comes to each Sharia being sent down, whether it's the Sharia or the legislation of Moses, of Christ, of Muhammad, you're bound by that legislation. You're bound by what this legislation brings, essentially.
I understand with Sharia, Muhammad had a different Sharia than Jesus. Jesus a different one than Moses. I understand that concept. So if we're going to say during the time of the Prophet Elijah, within his ruling in Sharia, that it was okay to verbalize Yahweh, given the fact his name means my God is Yahweh, when and where would you say that this verbalization of one of these names for God was abrogated?
There is one narration that I'm gonna try and find, if I'm able
Is this a
to.
hadith?
Yeah, a hadith where the
Okay.
messenger explicitly mentions that the Quran coming abrogates the Torah and the Injil. I can't locate it right now, so you're gonna have to bear with me with that.
It was nice talking to you. I think people have different beliefs. They need to have more respectful dialogues.
100%.
Alright, I'm gonna go eat a hot dog, bro. God bless, man.
Alright. Do you want to give an argument why Islam is not true?
I don't think